Let's talk about scammers for a minute. So there's always been scamming out there, but here lately it seems like these scammers have actually gotten pretty ingenious. So let me give you an example. There was a case that was assigned to me. This person actually ended up getting a call from somebody that was posing to be the police. They even knew this person's kids' names. They found this person's phone number by a Google search. So the scammer ended up getting this person's kids' names from their Facebook page. The scammer then calls and uses an AI voice that sounds very strangely like their child. The child then is screaming, saying that they've been in a car wreck, the police are here, and now I'm being arrested. And then the voice changes over to opposing law enforcement officer. This scammer even goes through the details of having a police radio in the background. Now that can be pretty convincing to a lot of people. And they're using your emotions against you because now they made you think that they have your kid. Now we get to the part where they start asking for money. They're going to start asking for bail money to be sent directly to a link or through some kind of wire transfer. It's always pretty sketchy at that point. But again, if you have no idea what you're looking for, it's very convincing. So keep this in mind. Here's some tips to figure out if you're actually being scammed. If they insist on speaking on a chat app, that's a red flag number one, because those apps, they can't be tracked. Do they ask for money, wire transfer, something along those lines? Are they asking for financial information at all, like your bank account numbers? Are they asking for excessive personal information? Unless you have an active case going on, most police officers are not going to ask for anything more than your name, date of birth, maybe your address. If you're ever in a situation like this, here's a couple things that you can do. Tell them that you are going to hang up and call them back on their department's number. Also, you can verify the information that they're telling you. Immediately hang up the phone and call the person that they're alleging is being arrested, or give them a text message while you're on the phone. Another red flag is, are you being told to act quickly? If somebody's being taken to jail, you're not going to be able to act quick enough, and law enforcement certainly isn't going to call you asking for bail money. Now on that note, I've actually seen scammers posing as attorneys as well, saying that, hey, this person's been arrested and I need bail money wired to me immediately. And if you Google search that attorney's name, it's going to be a real attorney. Now, here's the problem. If you fall for it the first time, you're now going to get called repeatedly. And honestly, it doesn't do a whole lot of good to block their number because they're just going to spoof another number. Which leads to my next point. It may not always be a good idea to block the number because they might be spoofing that number from an actual local police department. I've seen a different number of these things. I've actually seen it to where somebody had spoofed our department's phone number to call somebody. That person was smart enough to hang up the phone, call that number back, and then we were sitting there like, we never made a phone call. Unfortunately though, because of the spoofing of the phone numbers and possibly using either a local IP address or a VPN of some kind, there's not a whole lot of luck when it comes to catching these people. Ultimately, the best thing that you can do is just hang up and actually verify the information, and then you can make the appropriate phone calls after you verified the information. If the information's not accurate, don't worry about it, because the unfortunate truth is there's not really a whole lot that you can do about it. If you thought this information was helpful, give me a follow. I really appreciate it. I'm on TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and Clapper.